Welcome to my dear students. I am Mr. Ganeshan K, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Government First Grade College, Ramnagara. Subject income tax. Topic income from other sources. What do you mean by income from other sources? Income from other sources is one of the heads of income which is chargeable to tax under the Income Tax Act 1961. Any income that is not covered under other four heads of income is taxable under income from other sources. It is termed as residuary head of income. The other four heads of income includes income from salary, income from house property, income from business or profession, income from capital gain. Now, let us discuss the incomes chargeable to tax under the head income from other sources. Income from subletting, interest on bank deposit and loans, income from royalty, directors' fees, ground rent, agricultural income received outside India. However, agricultural income received in India is fully exempted from tax. Directors' commission for standing as a guarantor to bankers, directors' commission for underwriting shares of new company, examination remuneration received by teacher, remuneration received by a person from a person other than his employer, rent of plot of land, insurance commission, mining rent, interest on foreign government securities, casual income, annuity payable under will, contract, trust deed, salary payable to member of parliament, family pension received by family member of a deceased employee, interest on employee's contribution if provident fund is unrecognized, income from undisclosed sources, gratuity received by directors who is not an employee of company, dividend. Dividend received from Indian company is fully exempted from tax. However, dividend received from foreign company is fully taxable. Dividend paid by a cooperative society is also fully taxable. Bond washing transaction. It refers to selling a security to friend immediately before the due date for accrual or receipt of interest and acquiring the securities back after the due date. It is usually adopted by high income assessee to escape from paying tax by transferring the securities to a low income class assessee. Items that are exempted from income from other sources: National Defence Bonds 1980, National Plan Certificate 10 years, National Plan Savings Certificate 12-year National Savings Annuity Certificate, Treasury Saving Deposit Certificate, Fixed Deposit Scheme governed by Post Office Cash Certificate 5 years, Post Office National Savings Certificate, Post Office Savings Bank Account to the extent of rupees 3,500 in case of individual accounts, rupees 7,000 in case of joint accounts, Post Office Cumulative Time Deposit Account, Public Account in Post Office up to rupees 5,000. Next, Special Bearer Bonds 1991, Special Deposit Scheme 1981, Capital Investment Bonds, Relief Bonds, NRI bonds issued by RBI, non-resident rupee deposit scheme, dividend on equity shares as well as preference shares, daily allowances, cash received on the occasion of marriage, refund of money by LIC under money back policy, income from units of mutual fund, agricultural income, interest on public provident fund, interest on national savings certificate, scholarship for research work, political party registered with the Election Commission of India, fixed deposit scheme governed by Post Office fixed deposit rules, deposits made by a retired government employee out of his retirement benefit for the lock-in period of 3 years. Now, let us discuss the permissible deductions allowed under section 57. Number 1, commission or remuneration for realizing dividend or interest on securities. Second one, deduction in respect of employees' contribution towards staff welfare scheme if contribution is credited to employees' respective fund before due date. repairs, depreciation and insurance in case of letting of plant, machinery and furniture, building, etc. Next one, standard deduction in case of family pension, rupees 15,000 or 1/3 of total amount received, whichever is less. Next one, any other expenses for earning income. Next one, standard deduction of 50% in case of interest on compensation. Not permissible under section 58. Personal expenses, any interest paid outside India on which tax is not deducted at source. Second one, any salary paid outside India without TDS. Next one, any expenditure or allowance in connection with income by way of any winnings from lotteries, etc. Insurance commission. If the assessee receives any insurance commission during the previous year, such commission is taxable. Further, the amount of such commission is more than rupees 15,000. In that case, tax is deducted at the source. Interest on compensation. Interest received on compensation or enhanced compensation shall be assessed under the head of income from other source in the year in which it is received. However, 50% of such interest is deductible under section 57. Consequently, 50% of such interest is taxable. Actual expenses shall be ignored. Deemed income. Deemed incomes are not incomes, but as per income tax, they are treated as income and included in income from other source. For example, cash credit, unexplained expenditure, unexplained investment, unexplained money. Exemption from TDS for the following items: 4.25% National Defence Bond, National Development Bonds, debentures issued by cooperative society, 6.5% gold bonds 1980, interest paid on individual in account payee check for an amount not exceeding rupees 5,000 by listed company, post office time deposit, Indira Vikas Patra and Kisan Vikas Patra, 8-year National Saving Certificate. Types of securities. They can be classified under two categories: securities issued by government, commercial securities issued by companies. Securities issued by government can be classified under two categories: tax-free government securities, less tax government securities. Tax-free government securities are the securities issued by both central as well as state government. They are exempted from tax under section 10, subsection 15. Less tax government securities, they are fully taxable without deducting tax deducted at source or TDS. Commercial securities issued by companies, they can be classified into two categories: tax-free commercial securities, less tax commercial securities. Tax-free commercial securities. Before TDS, interest will be paid to holder. The securities issued by local authority, statutory corporation or a company in a form of bonds and debentures. It should be always grossed up and hence taxable. Less tax commercial securities. It is paid after deducting TDS. Interest will be paid to holders. For calculating tax, amount of interest need to be grossed up. If interest amount is given, then gross up. If interest rate is given, don't gross up. Grossing up of interest can be undertaken with the help of the following formula. Gross interest is equal to net interest into 100 by 90. Let us discuss about the rate of TDS. I have given you a chart. Interest on securities issued by statutory bodies or local authority 10%, listed securities 10%, unlisted securities 10%, bank interest 10%, casual income 30%, insurance commission 10%, commission on sale of lottery tickets, no TDS if the amount does not exceed rupees 1,000, 10%, commission other than insurance commission, no TDS if the amount does not exceed rupees 5,000, rate of TDS will be 10%. Now, let us understand the format for computation of income from other sources. Under this format, let us list the items that are taxable under the head IOS: dividend, interest on securities, bank interest on FD, casual income, which comprises lotteries, crossword puzzles, horse race, card games or any sort of gambling and betting, gifts, income from family pension, composite trade, income from subletting, rental income from machinery, plant, etc., insurance commission, interest on compensation, deemed income, that is unexplained cash credit or unrecorded investment, royalties / ground rent / mining rent, agricultural income from outside India, directors' fees or commission, salaries received by a member of parliament or MLA or MLC, examination fees received by a teacher, income earned by a teacher by means of article publication, withdrawal from National Savings Scheme, interest on employees' contribution to an URPF, other incomes if any, less exemption under section 57, any expenditure incurred for the purpose of earning taxable income, balancing figure will be income from other sources. Thank you.